Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation call for March 29th, 2020, Sunday. When you realize that, and we always look at different aspects of everything, I think whether we consciously do or subconsciously or unconsciously or combination of all, we are all in a major, unprecedented transformation of this planet. And I think, everybody on this call pretty much knows that, may not know the depth of it, what its outcome really is, but it is a complete, and it's funny when people want to know things and they want to see things. And then when they see things and they actually start to identify in reality that the things that they were, they had faith that they were moving things, up, forward and up. But the reality that it actually comes into view is a different story, because we start to understand is that this is what I was desiring. Excuse me, this is what I want. And now it's happening. It's taking place. And is this civilization ready for the transformation? Because it's right in the middle of it. It's right, it's going on right now. And I have shared this many times, that everything that we know is going to be no more. Everything that we grew up with, we're taught. The whole infrastructure. And, that's major for, an entire planetary population, civilization. And the main structure here is, if you knew that you could and would be in charge and directing yourself to the strongest signal of what is transpiring. And it is clearly the beginning of the wealth hydration of the civilization. And it is there's so many people that don't know this. The majority don't know it, but there's enough of us with this Global Guided Meditation call and others out there that we are basically contributing to the transition of the planet into a great level of abundance. Now, the abundance has always been there. We just haven't been tuned to it for the most part. And the exciting part is that the abundance is for everyone. It's not for the old way of, the greedy and the manipulative and the deceptive frequencies are diminished, and they are leaving. And so the abundance, it continues to expand and grow, and it will expand itself into the hands of humanity. And I think everybody knows that on this call, and others out there, that what's happening here is a cover. Now you can take, and it's quite inventive. You've got to admit, it's quite well structured. civilization. And that's exactly what's going on here. But you also witness how many people, and this is all positive, how many people are bicameral. See, this is unprecedented. This isn't something that's ever really had. It has really never has happened, ever, that a complete awakening of the civilization is happening. So when you look at the fact and realize that, wow, look at these people doing this, and you notice that the stores are not replenishing that much because they aren't interested in people to continue to hoard. So if there's not a lot there, what are they going to do? They can't hoard. They can only get the bare essentials to continue. And when you look at it from this, everybody looks at things from different perspectives, different angles, different directions. So when we look at this, and I'm using it as a wonderful segue into the New World, and we are talking about the New World Order. That's been pushed and continually pushed, and you'll see that bubble up on occasion here through this transition. But it's been in place for a long time, and it's basically being vaporized. So when we see bicameral attitude, it's a wonderful learning experience to be able to see what this civilization has been into for so long, the deception. It's phenomenal. So when you see people distancing themselves at grocery stores and out in public places 6 feet apart, and I went into a grocery store yesterday. Yesterday's energy was you feel it from time to time. You feel the energy. I wear one of my beaded necklaces that's old amber. I was walking back to the vehicle in the parking lot, and it just popped off, and all the beads went all over the parking lot. And so a bunch of people started helping and picking them up and everything, which was very much appreciated. The energy, the frequency, you will experience at times certain waves, like in the course of a day, things will kind of maneuver. And the most important thing to do is to stay in the now, focus on the now, as difficult as it may seem, so that you don't allow the ego mind to take you way out of context. So that when you feel this energy, this frequency, it's the fear, guys. It's the fear of others is what's going on. It's the fear of the unknown, okay? And it's very difficult for a lot of people to transition out of that. And by staying in the now, we have the ability to eliminate it. And it is the ego mind that becomes overactive that puts this in. Now, we cannot ignore that. It's something that we are part of, see? And sure, you can be happy and joyous and everything, but you feel it. At times, it'll come in. And it's not when you're expecting it. It just happens. And so that's why we've been talking so long for so many months about being in the now and being in deep gratitude and being in deep eternal love with yourself. It's important. And to tell the ego whenever it gets out of hand with these thoughts that you just say, ego, you're not in charge here. So I am, so take a seat. And it works when you say it from the heart mind. So when you realize that when people do what they're told to do, in other words, it's normal. It's been that way forever on this planet up until now. But you're realizing that you watch people respond, and then they get fearful. And then it builds up, and then get more fearful. And when you look at these, there's different signals when you're viewing something, when they're speaking about this shift, this change. There's little Easter eggs in there that if you're focused, you'll pick it up. It's not only a few will pick it up, but they are there, and it isn't wishful thinking. It is a directive that they're putting out there to those who are receptive and awake enough. So when you know that we're all connected, we all affect. So we stay in joy, happiness, harmony, and peace, and our vibrational frequency is high. It affects the entire collective consciousness of this planet. So lifting the vibrational frequencies. You send out the understanding that it is each and every one of ours right and privilege to walk in the abundance that the universe, source creation, has for us. It is our responsibility to literally initiate our privilege to walk in the abundance that is there for us. Walking in the abundance is and abundance is a lot of different things. We don't care to be narrow-minded and horse blinders on and focus just on the money. There's much more to abundance than the money. So when you send out the signal of abundance, what do you think the signal is? Well, it's an everyday occurrence. When you send out the signal, and it's not from the ego mind. It gets muddled and it gets really sidetracked. But through the heart mind, you send out the signal of abundance. In other words, you are abundant. Now you could have a penny in your pocket and nowhere to go, and go, that's just a bunch of garbage, that's crap. It's shifting. See, we have always been taught that you can't do that, that you've got to grab out of here. You've got to pray to the God in the sky. You can't, you personally can't do that. You don't have that ability. So you've got to seek other avenues to assist you. But when you realize that you, and I'll tell you why, you are the abundance. Each and every one of us are the abundance. Well, how is that? How is that? It's your frequency. It's how you choose and what frequency that you direct yourself to vibrate at. So if you don't vibrate at abundance, which means that you know that the universe has your back, and you also know that as long as you keep your vibrational frequencies in a high, expansive activity, that the abundance will come in. It's automatic. And that's tough for a lot of people because they believe that they've tried that so many times and it just doesn't work. It is because of where they're at with themselves. You got to really be careful on what you send out there. See? We've talked about magnet and everything. You got to really be careful on how you send your thoughts, how they go out there, what they are. Okay? And I'll give you an example. If you have a fear or an uneasiness, and you send that out, okay, you project it. What is it going to do? It's going to create the energy. It's going to start moving energy. It's going to start moving. It's going to start moving into creation, into reality. It's just going to start becoming real. So when we know that, when you know that, now it's not like we do have the ability, but we focus to a certain extent on mastering. So this is what we're doing. This is the experiences that we're having of mastering this understanding. you send out the signal of abundance. Now, if you send out about your future financial situation, your feelings, your thoughts, what will happen is that those thoughts, whatever they may be, will come back to you in reality. You see what I mean? Whatever those thoughts are, and we have to be very careful with ourselves, because we're the only ones that can do that for ourselves. No one else can. You can be told this and told that, and you can listen to this, and read this and read that. But what it boils down to is you literally positioning yourself in the high frequencies so that you know emphatically, confidence through the heart mind, that this is how I feel. This is what I am zeroed in on. My frequency is equal with the frequency of the universe. And the frequency of the universe is unending abundance. It is. It is just so ironic that so many of us struggle with this when we possess it. Every one of us do. And it's always been done in a jagged, jerky way for the civilization. The old way is that you have to just beat yourself to death in order to scrape up enough to function on the planet. And that's pretty much been the scenario. So what happens in a bicameral world, that's what you do, and of course that's what you create, and of course that's what you experience. So when you think like you are financially free, the first thing that you do, you have to let go. You got to let go of things. You got to let go of the ego that's constantly stepping in the way. You got to let go of all of your worries, stresses, and fears, and you just intend. You say, okay, this is happening, then I'll project and I will intend this. Okay? And that's absolutely how you position yourself into the boomerang effect. You ever had a boomerang? You ever thrown the boomerang? Some of you probably have, but I'm sure you all know the properties. Because of the way it's designed, you throw it like a frisbee. You just kind of like flick it around, and it goes way out, and it comes all the way back to you. Pretty much. If you throw it right, it'll come all the way back to you. So it goes out, comes back in. So if you look at your thoughts as a boomerang, and everything that you send out comes back to you. I think this analogy is very clear, very simple. And this is about anything that you are looking at without fear, because we have that ego that comes in and it does play tricks on us. All of us, no matter how we think we're so focused and so balanced, it tricks us. It's a master. And the good thing about it is that we know that we begin to understand the ego, which is attached to the mind. And when the ego is attached to the mind, the ego mind, it has its own mind. The ego has its own mind. And it's always dictating, Sally, it's not enough. You got no, and this isn't going to work. That's not going to work. So you got this, and then thoughts keep coming. You get the gist of it. So when you that boomerang is your thoughts. Okay? And you look at that boomerang and you say, okay, so I'm thinking this, and this. And I'm doing it through the heart mind best I can. And this is what I desire. So that thought goes out into the universe, and it immediately starts creating. That's a fact. It is an absolute fact. Now, if you step out of the way of the boomerang coming towards you because you fear of it's going to hit you and hurt you, then it'll all pass you by. Your creation will pass this because if someone takes a boomerang, and we're looking at the boomerang as our thoughts, and they've never worked with a boomerang, this whole process here, they've never understood this. And so you say, okay, I want you to take this. This is a boomerang. See the shape of it. Now feel it. And it's not going to hurt you. All right? And so the ego mind is standing at the ready. So what I want you to do, I'm going to show you how to throw it. So you throw it. And the boomerang goes out, and comes right back in, and you catch it. It comes right to you. And then the other being looks at you and says, you want me to do that? Yeah, experience it, see? And so your thoughts, okay, remember, are the boomerang. So you look and you say, all right, well, so I'm gonna do it like I watched you do it. So they throw it, comes out, and it comes back to them, and all of a sudden they get this fear. What if I can't catch it? What if it hits me, hurts me? What if it breaks a bone in my hand or something, my arm? And at the very last second, this boomerang's coming in, and that thought was sent out with good intent of abundance, prosperity, joy, whatever the thought is in high frequency. At the last minute, they step aside. And all of that creation passes them by. This is what happens to most people. See? But when you have enough confidence within your heart mind, not the ego mind, but the confidence and the humbleness within the heart mind, you have a knowing. You see, it's a knowing. And when you have that knowing and you send those thoughts out, the boomerang goes out, it comes right back to you. So if you send out thoughts of uneasiness, fear, stress, anxiety, of the unknown, okay, guess what? It's going to bring it to you. It's going to bring it to you every single time. So when we visualize that, when we're looking at our heart mind, we're putting this picture together for ourselves. And we realize that. So am I going to send those thoughts out? I'm going to embrace them as they come to me. Because they come to you as created reality, manifestation, created reality for you. Because you projected that thought through the heart mind to the universe. And when you know this, and you use that analogy, and you stop yourself and you say, well, wait a minute. I'm sending this thought out. Now, is it exactly what I want? Because you do want to do this. Is this really what I want? Period. And what are the benefits of me having this, of experiencing it? These are questions that you ask yourself. What is it? Because a lot of us will just flippantly say, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And we don't, that's it. And then, boom, okay? On rare occasion it comes and you get it, but most of the time we block it. Okay? We step aside when the boomerang comes to us. So, you send a thought out. Your thought is this to the heart mind. I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. And then you ask yourself, how rich do I want to be and how wealthy do I want to be? Wealth is a lot of different directions. You want wealth of health. You pick one to begin with. Pick one avenue that you desire for yourself. Okay? You don't go out for everybody else yet because it's got to be for you. Because until when you are balanced and you're catching that boomerang openly, full of vim and vigor, and you just, here it comes again, it's coming in, boom, I caught it. And creating into reality manifestation is there. It happens. So you really think about what it is, okay, that you are desiring. A lot of us don't think about that, but it's a good thing to do. You stop yourself. You say, wait a minute, let's see what it is I'm desiring here, and what is it for me? What does this mean for me? And what deep gratitude do I have for this? And you have no expectations attached to it. You aren't expecting anything. You're sending it out because you have an inherent knowing and a full consciousness through the heart-mind that it's done. It's a done deal. It's already been engaged. You see what I mean? When you do it this way, it's already been engaged. And that's your thinking. And then you just go about your business. You go about your day, your morning, your night. Whenever you send this out. And some people are visual. So for those of you who are visual, get a picture of a boomerang or go find one. They're on the internet. They're not expensive. Get a boomerang. And understand its meaning. And this forms a picture. And like I said, this civilization in the beginning was taught with pictures. We would be so far ahead now compared to where we're at, it'd be mesmerizing. So you picture this in your heart mind. Here's the boomerang, and it's throwing. Now some want to touch, feel, and see the boomerang and what it represents. Boomerang is representing your thoughts, your intentions for you. That's what the boomerang represents. So when you take that boomerang and you visualize it, you visualize openly, and you toss that, and you do it correctly because you've given attention to what you are desiring and what you're creating into reality, whatever it may be. So you're clear on the action and the energy and the creation of that thought. And you let it go. You send that boomerang out, you toss it out there with direct confidence through your heart mind, and you're just there to catch it with ease. And it comes to you. Understand, your effort is your thoughts. Your action is your thoughts. That's your activity. You're not just sitting on a lump, a log, just kind of, frolicking, and okay, something's going to drop on me. I'm going to have something come to me here. Your actions are the thought that you're sending, and your review of that thought, exactly what it means for you. For you, nobody else. So when you do this, and you visualize this boomerang, you automatically start visualizing, and you'll see it come in every single time. The only way that you will miss it is if you get that little fear from the ego mind comes in, dictates to your heart mind, and just at a split second you step aside. And the boomerang passes you by and falls on the ground. Okay? The universe is omnipotently unending and unfolding with wealth, abundance, prosperity, everything. And all we have to do, and I say all, but all we have to do, all we choose to do, is know what we're doing. Know what you're doing. Be clear on your thought. Be clear on what you are desiring. Understand what you're sending out there. And also understand that you are the master. And that you're going to catch the boomerang when it comes back to you. Because you send that thought out, when it comes back, it has created into reality. You have created into reality. And that's when it comes back to you. And you are without fear. Oh, what if I do get this? What if this does happen? What am I going to do? I guarantee you people actually have those through the ego mind. They intend they send it. They don't review it. They aren't clear on it, but they just randomly send it out. And then they start thinking, holy cow, things are looking like it's really going to happen. What am I going to do? And that fear comes in. I kid you not. So this is why each of us practice being clear on what our intentions are. And this is the boomerang effect. And this is the meditation. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. First thing that we want to do, relax our bodies. It is so important that we understand, fine-tune ourselves with our relationship with these bodies and not take them for granted, or not, we'll not pay attention to them when there's things going wrong, but constantly pay attention to them and loving gentleness, kindness, and understanding. Your body is one of your best friends. So as you relax the body, you drop the shoulders, you let things just fall away. Anything that you've collected, any thoughts, fears, worries, stresses, anxieties, hurriedness, fear, all of it, let it go. Because you begin to realize is that, man, I'm letting go, and I'm constantly filling it up, and I'm letting go, and I'm constantly filling it up, and I'm letting go. But you're aware of it now. See, before you weren't. You didn't give it a thought. You didn't even give it the time of day. But now you do. That's all super positive and highly progressive, moving forward and up. And so when you do this, and you relax the body, and you realize, my shoulders were too tight. They were kind of bunched up. I had this kind of tension in my lower back. That's gone. Just let it all go. It's like I'd use the analogy of the hammock. Whatever visualization you want to make in your heart mind, do it to relax the body. So as you relax the body, it will respond. It'll relax. And then you go to being in the now. And when we move into the now, we still the mind. We still the ego mind. And we still the subconscious mind. So all that chatter that we all literally are bathed in 24/7 subsides. We don't have that chatter. We have silence, beingness. And we also understand that I know how enticing the past can be for all of us. I know how sensual, I know how seductive, how you can literally be seduced into some of these past experiences that you've had, where you kind of sit there, oh, that was so fun, oh gosh, that was so great, oh, I remember, oh, that brings back memories. And so you already contain all that. You've experienced it. It's formed you more through those past experiences. So you don't care to take it with you into the future and create your future from your dead past. Create the future from your dead past, and that's your future. To relive the dead past of old experiences. You see what I'm talking about? So what you do is you just say, okay, the past I've already experienced, it's over. And I'm in the now, because in the now I'm creating my future, the future that I desire to be in, the future, the world that I desire to experience. The existence in this body and the world that I desire for me. And that's very important. So now we also want to breathe. We want breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. And when we breath in, focus on it. Understand its frequency, its energy. So you pull it in, nice and easy through the nose. You bring it up through the groin, sacral chakra, and you slide through the center of the body, all up the energy points, all of the etheric energy points, all of the chakras going to the center of the body, 7 main chakras, and bring them all the way up through the body, up and move. If you want to move the muscle in your body to push it up as you breathe in, take it up to the back of the head, right where the cranial is, right where the cap is, and picture it forming into a liquid. It's a liquid frequency energy, and then have it saturate the pineal gland. This vibrant energy that is surging and causing the pineal gland to open, expand. And the pineal gland is the gateway to all particles of existence. And so you continually do this. You breath in, you pull it up through the sacral chakra, up to the center of the body, up to the back of the head. Let that frequency move into liquid frequency, and then bathe the pineal gland with it. If you don't know where the pineal gland exactly is, and you don't know where you're positioning this liquid energy, then get online and go get a picture of the pineal gland in your brain and your body, and exactly see the chakras and where you're moving this energy as you breath in. And it's a cascading effect. You put it into motion and it stays in motion. So you bring it up, you bring it over and out. So you bring it up over the pineal and out. It continues and cascades. It repeats itself. As you breath in, this pulls it up. As you breath out, it moves it down, around, and back up as you breath in. Now, we want to do this at least 6 times while we're talking. And understand that we all know that our ego mind is there, and it's inner plane, and it's waiting to dictate to our heart mind on what it feels we should be doing. So we know that, you know. And you can use any kind of expulsion with the ego mind by saying, ego mind, I know you're here, but you're not in charge, so please take a seat. If I need you, I'll call on you. See? And by repeating that confirmation and commitment to you, it will sink through the heart mind, and the ego will begin to respond. I guarantee it. It will begin to respond. So your breath in is divine positive energy. This is frequency, it is energy, and it is blissful. And it comes from the collective consciousness of the universe. This planet Earth, Gaia, pure consciousness, source creation. That which created Mother, Father, God, Feminine, Masculine, that which created Prime Source, Creator, God, that which created all of us out of pure, deep, eternal love and pure, deep, eternal gratitude. So it comes in, picture your breathing, it comes in through the God within you, and it goes through the heart mind. It doesn't go through the ego mind, it goes in through the heart mind, expands out, and communicates with you. It's a motion of emotion. A motion of emotion. And it just embraces you and communicates with you. And it communicates to all of us that abundance, prosperity, all of these wonderful things that we incessantly seek outside of ourselves is already there. Okay? And when we focus on it, we know exactly what we're doing. We put it into, let's just say, the thought, the boomerang thought. The boomerang goes out, comes back with what you have asked for. Okay? It goes out, comes back to you. So whatever it is that you're putting out there, it's going to come back to you. Okay? And see, when it comes back to you, you aren't expecting it, and it'll hit you. You ever had that happen? Where something comes along and just cold cocks you, just blindsides you. That's because you had a thought and you sent it out there, basically subconscious or unconsciously, and it just went out. And it came back. So this communication through pure consciousness is that you are the master of your thoughts. As you're not messing with your mind. You're not messing with your mind. You're leaving it alone, and you're embracing the heart mind. You're leaving your mind alone. You're letting it be, and you're operating through the heart mind. This is how you completely free yourself. And when you leave your mind alone and let it alone and operate just through the heart mind, you'll experience miraculous, wonderful things, all super hyper positive. Now, we are in the heart mind, and we are with our God, and we are one. We have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of them, all the angels. And this is a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. And they're all of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. And there's trillions of them. And they can occupy a lot of space, many in a very small space, because of the frequency that they vibrate. And they, as many as 30, 40, 50, 60,000 can surround us at any one time. Truly blissful. We also have the Ascended Masters. They've been with us for a very long time. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, Selmori, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth. Many, many, many more. And they have ascended out of physical form and hold God form, pure consciousness. That's what it is. That's what we all are, pure consciousness. When we move out of this body, you're made up of pure consciousness. So, we have ascended into body to experience physical form. Everything's an adventure. Everything's an experience. We drink it in, but we're clear on our direction. We're clear on what we desire and want. So every time we send that thought out, every time we throw that boomerang out there, it is creating into reality the exact thought that you sent. The exact thought that you sent, that you said to yourself, that we are the masters of our destinies because we are the creators, and we put one brick down every step we take, and we do it with authority, and we do it with bliss, gentleness, and kindness, and we do it in benevolence and tranquility and humbleness. So we all come together. Those in physical form, all of us, so to speak, arm in arm, hand in hand, form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia. This is an intense light. You don't see figures, you see the light. And the light is generated through pure consciousness, through source creation. It's the highest frequency of the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. It is magnificent. And as it does this, it's so brilliant, it grays out the darkness in space. You know how brilliant that has to be? And so, as all of us, we begin to move up. The archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, all of the angels, all of the ascended masters, and all of us, and we're all of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude, and we all start moving up, upward, forward and up, higher and higher frequencies. And as we do this, we see this massive column of crystalline light tower. It is massive. The planet Earth looks like a marble next to it. And it is literally saturating all life, all existence, existence on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. It does not fade, and it does not dissipate. It continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. With all of us with deep eternal love, all of us with gratitude, all of us with joy and bliss. It's bringing out of that which we are. And then we see this gossamer field. Trillions of reflective light particles. Gossamer is kind of like a veil, but you can see through it slightly. And you have all of this glittering particles in the atmosphere. And we continue to move up. And as we do so, we see the column of the emerald green flaming healing light, Archangel Raphael. This column reminds us of our healing power. The violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This column reminds us of our power, our strength, our resolve. We see the column of the white fire. This reminds us this is our armor. The armor is the high frequency of which we vibrate at. And it is a brilliant white light. It is of pure consciousness. And it encases us. And as long as we maintain it, we are the masters. We decide, we choose. As long as we maintain our higher frequencies of deep eternal love and deep eternal gratitude, there's not one low matter frequency. Low matter survival frequency, low matter dark frequency, dark matter frequency, they can sustain itself for any seconds. They're vaporized. They can't sustain high frequency, period. It cannot be done. And so you decide, if you lower your vibrational frequency, the white fire dims. It dissipates. A breach or an opening occurs. And the lower dark matter frequencies move in and attach. Now, we have the purple transmuting flame. If we do lower our vibrational frequency, we call them the purple transmuting flame. The purple transmuting flame is a tower that reminds us that we can literally mitigate any of these low matter frequencies that have attached themselves to us or are causing irritation for us. They're vaporized. We transmute them into neutral light substance and we send them back to the great central sun or to source creation. Of all of us are made. Pure consciousness. And so when we do this, we also have the column of the violet ray. So we bring it right behind the purple transmuting flame, and it literally purifies the area, heals and cleanses. And as it does this, our vibrational frequency, we intend, rises, goes higher, and there is no breach, and there is no weakness in the field, and it's vibrant, and nothing can stand near it in low frequency. We also have the golden white pink light, and this is love. This comes from source creation, pure consciousness, and that's what created Prime Source Creator God, Mother, Father God, Masculine, Feminine. That's what created all of us. Pure consciousness. And so we all, as we continue to move up and out, we float above our bodies, those of us who are carrying physical form. And we're outside our bodies floating up, and we immediately call out in all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love can join us in this now, this meditation, in this circle of light, in the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, benevolence and tranquility. And they come in the trillions. They come actually in the googolplexes. And the googolplex fills this universe. One of them does. And they come in the trillions of googolplexes from every direction. And their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're of the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we're all one, and we're all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, continues to intensify, and continues to expand. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, many, many, many civilizations. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light, in the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they're gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us now in this meditation, this circle of light. And this now, they are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, continues to intensify, and continues to expand. We call upon all the galactics, all the off-worlders, many, 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 many of them. Just to name a fraction of our familiarity of them, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Sirians. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace. Benevolence and tranquility. And they come. They're gods with our gods with theirs. Arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, continues to intensify and continues to expand. We call upon our loved ones, all those and only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Not only those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime, but all lifetimes that we've inhabited, as well as the off-worlders and galactics who have been with us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, and freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. And our loved ones, arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, this meditation. They're gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, continues to intensify, continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings that are currently housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Just to name a few: fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, many, many, many more. And they come. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They come in shapes, sizes, colors, forms, configurations of which we've never seen before or experienced. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever, and continues to intensify and continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It says center circle. We created this sphere over 2 years ago. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of our meditations. They continue to intensify. They continue to expand. That's why this sphere that we created can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. You feel it as it floods you from head to toe, inside and out. It floods your physical body and your God body. Pure consciousness. Loving you, embracing you, nurturing you, empowering you, reminding you of the magnificent, phenomenal being you are. And it reassures you that with your thoughts and with your correct guiding them, you can literally have a boomerang automatically be thrown, come back, deliver, create into reality the very thing that you clearly desire for you. And understand what this means. The more you will do it, the more you will act, the more you will expand it. We look down upon this planet Earth, Gaia. We see all of our sisters, brothers, all of the life, all of pure consciousness on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, in this solar system, in this galaxy and beyond. On this planet, they are being flooded hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clear meditation frequency of the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. Their gods are being flooded. Their bodies are being flooded, bathed, saturated, non-stop. The crystal and megalithic tower that we created from the etherics of pure consciousness is also flooding, bathing, and saturating all of us. How can we not ascend? I join you in meditation, return to close us out. freely send, clearly identify, give it thought, before you send. And you're clear on how you can, the ego mind can cause you to step aside when that boomerang comes to you. So full of abundance, full of opportunities, full of possibilities. So also we have at today, we have the call with Zora today at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central. Now you can go to blogtalkradio.com/Zora of Hollow Earth and listen, or you can call on the line 516-418-5563, 516-418-5563, 516-418-5563, and there's only 100 people that can get on that line, so you've got a choice. And Blog Talk, you won't have to worry. You can just go to blogtalkradio.com/Zora of Hollow Earth and listen to the conference, or you can call in and maybe get lucky and be one of the 100 people that get in on that line. It's going to fill up really fast, so you might want to. We're going to talk about a lot of things appropriate for this current time and this now. I'm going to give some explanations of what certain things mean, so on and so forth. Prosperity advance, the financial flooding. And also, next Friday, I will be doing a mini meditation for Ted Mars' radio show. And that will be on Friday, and I'll get you the